I'm in labor. I'm a birthing person. It's Labor Day. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Great, grand, wonderful. No yelling on the bus. The world is trash. Everything's on fire. Everything is garbage. You guys know what it is. So it's Labor Day. You know what that means. No white clothes, no white shoes, no white skin. Everybody's and can't say anything. So thanks for good night. I'm out of here. All right, I'll see you guys later. Last week was a bag of rice, a crispy bag of hot garbage. I came on here, I hit the button, I did everything that I usually do. I was ready to gagak. I was ready to yell about stuff as I am known to do. You know how it is, you know how it goes over here. And this thing, which will remain nameless, was just like, oh, you're banned from no badges for I was like, oh, it's like 20, and then it was just like, we're not about to circulate, we're not about to give any push notifications. Everybody was just like, I can't see it, and I was like, dope, great, glad all the hard work is paying off, as they can just gagak and just remove you from the zeitgeist there. But that's always fun, that's always great. So it was super grand and wonderful, and I was like, cool. I was like, Afghanistan, that's gross. I was like, oh, what is it, 100 quadrillion $billion? I'll just squander it. What do we live 1,000 helicopters over there? I was like, oh, the world is trash and nobody cares. I was like, I'm about to scramble out of here, about to explore Big Ron's kingdom before I swan dive off a bridge. But whatever, I digress. I'm back. I'm in the saddle. It's Labor Day. I'm a birthing person, and here we are. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Take on my bag. I just twisted my bag into a figure eight, baked it like a pretzel, and just threw it off a bridge. And I was like, I'm about to just go somewhere else. I was like, this beach isn't good enough. I'm about to go to another beach. So I just crossed Florida to the other beach, and I was just like, great. Looked at the sun, did a little absorption, got a little bit of burn. Great, grand, wonderful. Yelled about things, and then back. Here we are. Thanks for being here. It really tickles my bag to see that people are able to come back in here. It seems fantastic. It's been so long. I felt like I got clapped. They were just like, sorry, you're banned. No circulation. Everything is garbage. They lit me on fire. I was like, oh, dope, cool. I was like, oh, 10,000 people watching my stories, 40,000 people watching my videos. And I open up a live stream and there's one person in there. I was like, oh, dope. Like a person from 5 years ago was like, yo, I'm the only one in your stream. You suck. And I was like, duh. I was like, sick. I was like, this is a great time. I was like, happy Wednesday, hump day. What is it now? Anyways, that was great. The world is garbage. Somebody's like, tickle your bag. That's gross. No, I got a notification from God, AKA these folks, not God. Everybody back off. They're like, what did you do? No, the people, overlords, lizards, I was just kidding, that run the this, reading between the lines, Bill. They're just like, you're banned for one day. I was just like, what does that even mean? I got some notification that was just like, sorry, you're speaking a little, you're coming a little too close to the sun. We're gonna have to lower you down. We're going to have to pull you down to the ground. And I was like, oh, sick. I was like, this sick for all the hard work. Dope. It's like, oh, I've been talking in ancient Sumerian. I'm using code blobs, and I can't even say things that I won't even say. I got a giant crayon. I'm trying to color between the lines, and they're like, oh, I see you barely nicked that line a little bit. You're clap. We're not going to tell you why. It's like, oh, cool. It's like, oh, great, grand. Thanks for all the hard work, but whatever. No big deal. Who cares? Anyhow, hope everybody had a great Labor Day, especially all the people that don't labor. That's always awesome. It's like they're like a bunch of what's it called now? A bunch of freaking all the unemployment benefits ended today. So let me just Nostradamus on you real quick. Let me just Nostradamus on you really fast. And see if I can just twist you in a bow and see if you turn into a gift. Anyways, that didn't really make sense, but whatever, I tried. Anyhow, my prediction. All right, you ready for it? My prediction is tomorrow. Okay, here we go. My prediction is that tomorrow on January whatever, my tripod's blocking the GD date, the 7th of November, what is it, September? I don't remember anymore because we're stuck in a constant prison state, but whatever, you get it. On September 7th, I predict that the likes of Ocrazio, The Lurch, Chuck Schumer, Gavin Mussolini, the hot garbanzos that supposedly are the adults in charge. Thank you, Jesse, on YouTube for the tip or whatever. Thank you. I predict that these clams are going to be like, well, they're going to be like, unemployment benefits in these uncertain times. You're going to cut unemployment benefits in these uncertain times right after Labor Day, right after a celebration of labor, right after Labor Day, when everyone's celebrating labor. That's when you're going to just cut the gifts, the socialism gifts. You're just going to cut away everybody's lifeline right after Labor Day. And Ocrazio's going to have an aneurysm. She's going to be whipping up a fresh Moscow Mule. She's going to be muddling the mint. She'll be making a mojito. She'll be muddling the mint and slapping the mint. She'll just be like, while I make this craft drink, how could you do this? How could you do this to the laborers? America's built on exploiting laborers. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Oh, God. Ocrazio is the worst. Nobody made $1 billion by earning it. You only made it by exploiting workers. That's not true. You light herald garbage merchant. Like, what are you doing? You're financially unaware. Make me a Moscow Mule. What are you doing? Kicking margarita on the rocks. She makes one heck of a mojito. Oh, that Ocrazio one heck of a mojito. She is just shaken, not stirred. She is shaken and not stirred. They're going to be like, how dare you? They're going to be like, how dare you do this to all the laborers after Labor Day? That's when we're celebrating labor. And then freaking Cori Bush is going to get out of the tent that she pitched in front of the Capitol and be like, I'm going to sleep in the woods for 6 years until Joe Biden gives everyone $1 million. It's like August in DC, and she's like, we braved the wind and the cold, and we trekked 1,000 mountain peaks. It's like, you slept in a tent in DC in the fall, like in the summertime. She's like, we braved the cold. It's like, dog, it's 69 degrees. Like, what are you talking about? It's like 69 degrees at like 3 a.m. She's like, we braved the winter cold. You could buy you could buy a sleeping bag at Walmart for $20 that could like keep you warm in like sub freezing temperatures. She's like in there with an Afghan, like a little quilt Afghan. She loves the Afghans. They deserve to be rescued. She's going to be like, my Afghan was 2 inches thick. People who would be of a low income, they can't afford an Afghan. It's like, yo, like, you're the worst person. They're like, she was homeless one time, so she understands what it's like to be homeless. Look, I empathize with her being homeless at one point. I get that, and I appreciate that, and that's amazing. She made it all the way. She made it all the way to the top. But I don't care. Like, cool. You don't get a free pass for life because you were homeless at one point. They're like, she understands the plight of the homeless. It's like, I don't need to understand it, Bill. If it's fiscally stupid, it's stupid. I don't need to live outside to be like, she can empathize. All right, cool. Well, it's like, what do you mean? They're just like, she knows what it's like. And it's just like, no, who cares? That doesn't matter. Ugh. She understands. It's like, she's clueless. I feel great. Look at her in oppressive America that suppresses everybody's oppressed. In oppressive, racist America, this woman made it from the streets to lying on TV. I mean, now she's in control of something. Now she represents other people. Cool. Like, I don't care that you slept in a tent. They're like, 6 Congress people slept in a tent. It's like, cool. Congratulations. Like, I bet you, like, they're like roughing it. There's like armed guards and like TV cameras there. And they're like, Ocasio is going into her tent. Who even knows if they actually did even sleep out there? Just because they were there early in the morning and there at night doesn't mean they slept there. Did anybody have a bird's eye view on whether or not they even slept there? They like slept in like a Mercedes Sprinter van, like down the block. They're just like, we braved the cold. It's like, make me one heck of a mojito. Like, what are you doing? She understands. It's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, Cori Bush slept on a step. It's like, cool. No one cares. She knows what it's like. It's just like, congrats. Like, I don't understand what we're supposed to do with that. It's like, oh, so they just get free reign to just lie to everybody about things that are just demonstrably wrong. It's like, who cares about the landlords? Who cares about all those landlords that just like worked really hard and just like saved their life savings, and instead of buying a Lamborghini or instead of buying the car that they want, they instead invested in a property so that their kids could benefit from it, so that they could generate a little bit of cash flow, so they wouldn't have to work so hard, so they could live their life. They're like, screw them. They don't know what it's like to live in a garbage can. It's like, who cares? Like, I understand, and that's sad, but come on. They don't get it. It's like, you didn't make $1 billion. You didn't earn $1 billion. You had to exploit someone. It's like, no, you didn't. You literally didn't. You literally did not, but okay. So that's what's going to happen. They're going to come out tomorrow. Labor Day, you're going to cut the benefits. Bennies. Everyone gets a check. Yeah. AOC is going to make kicking mojitos for everybody in Congress. It's going to be great. Anyways, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming. Feels good to be back. It really tickles the fleshy fun bridge. It's a great time. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much to everybody that bought the badges so far. It's been a minute. Thank you, Leo's the Lion, Jenna Schultz Beauty, Chooks Official, Knitted Wire, James Daniel, Michelle AD, hello out there, Chichi 8, and Samantha Mariah. Thank you so much for the badges on Instagram. I appreciate it. Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing that really tickles my full bag and punches it with a steel-toed boot right in the crease, you know? What is happening right now? Somebody called it a jungle bridge. That's hilarious. That's actually kind of funny. Jungle bridge. I'm going to work on that. But they'll be like, you can't say that. Your skin. It's like, what? Anyhow. Thank you so much, Alexis Romano, for the badge. Look, this is the thing. Back to Australia. I think that what is going on in Australia is the absolute best case study for global domination, for complete and total takeover, for what it would look like if you could successfully convince tens of millions of people that they're acting in their best interest and that we're putting you in prison to save you. I think that what really troubles me so much is that if anybody has not seen yet, there are Australians right now in literal camps, in literal encampments, shooting videos. And they're talking to news reporters and they're like, yeah, like they catered our lunch and they made me a mud pie. And they're like, I love mud pie. And it's just like, these people are literally in prison. And I've seen a couple social media videos of people being like, There was this guy, I just saw it today, where this guy saw another woman that was like sitting on their porch, while they were delivering the rations to all the prisoners. I mean, citizens, whatevers. And they were delivering all these prison rations to all of these people. And she took her diaper down for a second to take a sip of her tea. And he said that the guards like swarmed her and they were like, yo, don't take your diaper down like that. And she was like, fam, I'm drinking tea. And they were like, not right now, you're not. She's like, So it's just like, this is the type of garbage trap that I would hope that most people could understand that we're headed into that direction. And this reminds me of something else. Does anybody remember like 6 months ago? Because Pepperidge Farm remembers. Does anybody remember 6 months ago when everybody was like, the white hats are in charge, the government, there's a super secret, top secret, upside down military operation, and the military is in charge in the United States. It's the military. They're going to arrest Pelosi. They're going to put her in handcuffs. They're going to... Donnie and Pompeo are going to come off of a Black Hawk upside down playing chess, and they're going to just like, Donnie's going to like checkmate Kim Jong-un as he rappels down to the Capitol steps. Pelosi's just going to be sitting there about to transform into an actual lizard. Her head's going to be spinning. The dehydrated owl's going to be there. The owl's going to drop like a mouse that he just retrieved from the forest. She's going to eat it, and then Donnie's going to come in and just put the bracelets on her. And they're going to have a military tribunal on the steps of the Capitol, and they're going to take him out. They're like, oh, the fences around the Capitol aren't to keep us out. It's to keep them in. It's like, are they? Are they? Don't worry. I have a super secret upside down military contact. He lives under a bridge in Charleston, South Carolina, and he knows. He was on SEAL Team 24. It's like, no. It's like literally no. And they're just like, they're like, I have a military contact. It's like, no, you don't. You literally don't. Pompeo. Like, they're just like out on their front porch, like Pompeo, like with a duck call, like big egg, Pompeo. And like Pompeo just like barrel rolls out of like a hole in the tree. He's just like, yo, you called. Like they put the light on the sky. It's Donnie. Like Donnie's on the skyline in a spotlight. And they're just like, save us. They're like, the military's in charge. Just wait till everyone's in prison. They're going to get Pelosi. It's like, no, they're not. They're literally not. They're just like JFK. JFK Jr. is waiting in a private bunker in Greenland with the ghost of Donnie's great grandfather. Him and Elon Musk are going to upload their brain to Starlink, and they're going to come and save the world. It's like, no, they are not. But all right. Just wait till June. That's when all the white hats will take control. No, they won't. I'm just going to Joe Biden at the military funeral. Excuse me. I don't see any white hats. Where's the military? Oh, I know where the military is. They're getting dishonorably discharged for not taking the juice. That's where they are. They're just like sitting there like, this is not cool. And they're like, don't worry. The white hats are in charge. And the military's like, no, they're not, but whatever. Where are all those people right now? They're just like, dude, just wait till June 4th. Wait till August 26th. And it's like, it's September. They're like, don't worry. The white hats are in charge. Audits. I'm like, hey, I don't know. Look, I hope the audits go. I hope that happens too, but probably not. But maybe, but probably not. They're going to be like, by 2024, the White House will take control. It's like, oh, you mean the time of the next election? But whatever. Don't worry. Donnie's in charge. Donnie is in charge. Did you see the video? They didn't face Joe when the motorcade drove by. Did you see? It's like, so what? Like they were just like, yo, please watch the other direction. Don't look at the car. Like all the that would be mad weird if the military was just like looking at Joe as he comes by. every single military person is like, they're like, all right, you got, sorry, I was wrong. The white hats are not a joke. If they did, they would have been like, look, they're all looking at him instead of looking at the enemy. It's like, ha! just wait till September 3rd. It's like, no, stop doing that. Just wait. The white hats. I heard it on a secret underground military Reddit thread. It's like, no, it was on some queef message board. The military's in charge. They're in charge. Yo, heads up. If they're in charge, what are they waiting for? You know what I'm saying? It's like people are just getting clapped left and right. Like the world's going to a garbage factory in a handbasket. And they're just like, wait. It's just like, you guys want to, maybe now's the time. You know what I mean? The white hats are in charge. Donnie is inside a submarine built like a pineapple underneath the sea. My cousin's uncle's roommate's landlord's best friend's garbage man told me underneath a bridge in Austin in 2006 that the white hats are in charge. They're coming. I saw it on a queef board. Mike Lindell wrote it in Sumerian on the inside of my MyPillow purchase. I went to mypillow.com. I typed in coupon code white hat. I got a pillow with a secret code inside. I QR code scanned it, put it into my computer using DuckDuckGo. I flipped it back upside down, put a mirror on it, went to DuckDuckGo again, image search, last image, mypillow.org, white hats in charge, Donnie's the president. It's like, no, stop that. Everybody's just like, Donnie, like, come save me. It's like, he's not coming to save you. Like, Donnie is on the 9th tee. He's just like, yo, do you think the wind is blowing west or east right now? And Pompeo's in the back like, yo, what do you think they have on the menu at the turn, guy? You know what I mean? He's like, do you think they have turkey sandwiches today or chicken salad? And Donnie's like, I'm not sure. Let's find out. And they're like, did he just say find out? Is he going to page Elon Musk? It's like, he's speaking in code. Chicken salad means Obama's going to jail. It's like, no, it means chicken salad. It means mayonnaise and chunks of chicken. Maybe a little celery for a little crunch. Maybe a little celery for crunch. Donnie's like, oh my God. Donnie's like, should I use my 5 wood or my 3 wood? And they're like, wood. Mike Lindell. I saw it on TV. It's like, I like Mike Lindell. I like them all. I want it to happen too. I'm just saying, probably not. Like, literally, no, but whatever. I mean, I don't want to. Somebody commented or messaged, I don't even know, something stupid the other day on one of my things. They're like, you sound like a lib. Maybe they got to you. I was like, what? She's like, they got to you. What do you mean? What did they get to me? They paid you off. You work for Joe now. I was like, sick. You foiled my plan. I'm like selling t-shirts and hats that say Joey Dumpster Fire. And they're like, he's a plant. It's like, they got to him. It's just like, did they though? Because I don't see it. Like, I'm looking through my binocs and I'm just like, I literally don't see it. But all right, they're just like, they're like, they're white hats. Someone's just gonna post. They're gonna be like, scathing piece about Bobby Sauce. It turns out he's not Pompeo's son. He's been lying to us all along. It's like, yeah, I know. They got to him. He told us he was Pompeo's son. Turns out he's not even anyone's son. He was born in a test tube. He's a descendant of Michelle Obama. Yep. Anyways, the white hats, guys, don't worry. Buy this survival food. Pick up $500 of survival food. Because the white hats are coming for us. It's like, oh, God. No, the white hats are getting government-funded surgery so that they can be theys. Just saying. They're in charge. Anyways. It absolutely somebody on Facebook's like, survival food is a good idea. Yeah, I know it's a good idea. I agree, but like, I guess, yeah, it is a good idea. But I'm not going to be like, the white hats are in charge. Donnie is going to come and save you on a white steed and be ready. Have 800 days worth of MREs and beans. It's like, yeah, have some survival food, but you don't have to buy it right now from the same exact person that's telling you the white hats are in charge. Like, that's like saying that water is a good idea. Yeah, I know. I agree. Having food is a good idea. But, like, there's a lot more pressing issues. I'm not saying don't have survival food. I'm not saying don't have water. I'm not saying don't have protection. I'm not saying don't have a full tank of gas. I'm just saying if I'm like, white hat, buy this food using this link right here. It's like, that's a little bit of fear. That's a little bit of fear mongering. I get it. Like, maybe I'm not saying that it's purely and only that. Like, it's a good idea if you'd have food, and if I like this, whatever. I'm not unfamiliar to the capitalism affiliate game. I get it. But like, I'm not going to be like, the white hats are in charge. January 29th. And then as soon as the date comes, be like, I'm not going to say any more dates. It's like, how convenient. Someday in the future, the white hats are going to come. It's like, no, they're literally not. I saw it on some queef board. Oh, man. Everyone on Facebook's like, you need survival food. Yeah, I am not denying that. I'm just saying. They're just like, buy it now using my link. Buy it with this link after I just fill your mind with fear. This is the thing, is like, people use fear on every side of the aisle. That's the problem. Like, everybody's using fear as the motivator for all these actions. And it's like, I even find myself kind of like trapped in that thing as well, because it's just like, this is real bad. And when I look at what's happening in Australia, I'm just like, this is such hot, crispy garbage that it's like, I don't even know what else is going on. Because the thing that concerns me the most is that what I fear about Australia is that Australia is the test subject. Australia is the beta test for the entire world having their freedoms taken away. What's going on in Australia is nothing more than the preliminary test for what people are willing to do when they are completely mired in fear. And I think that is the lesson to all this, is that, excuse me. I think that's the lesson to all this, is that what's going on in Australia is insane. And if you look at Australia, I feel like if this was a game of chess, it may already be checkmate for Australia. And I'll tell you why. The reason why is because in Australia, they have already established supreme dominance. They can do and take whatever they want, whenever they want. No problem. They've been able to do it. They've been able to brutalize the citizens whenever they want, for whatever they want. No problem. Beat people in the streets, don't care. It's illegal to protest. They make it illegal to protest. You can't publicly dissent about what's going on. You can't go out and have your voice heard publicly. You can get arrested. You can go to jail. So you can't speak out about it. You can't. They can brutalize you in public, no problem. They can arrest you for doing things like being outside. They can convince you that you deserve to be beaten and that these other people deserve to be beaten. They can publicly shame you, put your name on the news. This mate doesn't even care that he left his home in New South Wales to go get himself a spot of tea and a bit of food. I can't do the accent, but you get it. They're like, this mate obviously doesn't care about other people. He obviously doesn't care. And they put the freaking guy's face on TV so that everyone hates them. So they can publicly shame you. They can destroy your name, destroy your livelihood, essentially destroy your ability to earn money because no one's going to want to hire you because you're freaking toxic. So they can publicly shame you, destroy you, reduce your ability to speak about it in public by imprisoning you for it, beat the citizens, keep them mired in fear. And on top of all of that, they can repeatedly turn it on and off for a case here and a case there. They can demonstrate that it can be reactivated and activated at any moment. So they got you at the edge of your seat, at the edge of your anus, at the edge of your bag, ready to get clapped, like just waiting, just like sitting there awaiting the clap. Like their hand is like this, and you're just like awaiting a clapping. Both cheeks are poised. The clap's about to be engaged. So everybody's ready, fearful, right? On top of all that, they've reduced your ability to move. You literally cannot move. You cannot go more than 3.5 freaking kilometers or 5 kilometers or 5 centimeters or whatever they do over there. You can't even do that. You can't go 4 clicks to the west or whatever. Everybody thinks they're so good with their metric system. They're like stupid Americans. But anyways, you can't go more than 3.5 kangaroo jumps from your house or whatever. These are jokes. Jokes on the stream. Anyways, you can't go further than a kangaroo can hop in 3.5 in 1 hour or whatever in 20 minutes. 20 minutes of hops. You can't go that far. Imagine if they did that. Farther than a kangaroo can hop in 5 minutes. I would be like, that checks out. I could be like, that checks out. But so they reduced your ability to move. They literally blocked the road, barricaded the roads. They can arrest anybody at any time for breaking the rules, for leaving the thing. They've demonstrated that they don't care about you, your health, your ability to communicate, your ability to get treatment for your family. You need a brain scan, you need a cancer screening, you need a tuberculosis screening, you need all that stuff. Nope, don't care. So they'll destroy you. It's publicly obvious they'll destroy you. They'll write in the news that they're willing to do this and no one cares. Then now they're trying to pass laws that limit your ability to speak to one another, that limit your ability to use your social media accounts on your personal computer without being hacked. So if they can hack your computer, that means they can essentially hack your thoughts, which essentially means that all bets are off, which means that the thought police can stop you from doing something before you do it. You can have wrong think, which means if you type in the wrong thing, message the wrong thing, voice note the wrong thing, communicate with the wrong person in the wrong way, post the wrong thing, they can hack you, impersonate you, and just dog you, imprison you. If they can hack your computer, what's to say that they couldn't just put something on your computer that incriminates you to a degree that no one would even question it? Kind of like they did Julian W. Leaky faucet, whatever, you get it. You can't even say it because everything's trash in the world is garbage, but you get it. Draw between the lines or whatever. Kick me in the back. You could just be like, this person is a blank. This was on their computer. Who's even going to be able to follow the paper trail if they just totally screwed you? They're just like, we found this on his computer and his message. How are you even going to prove that it wasn't even there? It's like, this is complete authoritarian domination. Like it's over. It's like, to me, I look at Australia and it's like, before I was like, I don't know, but I'm just kind of like, yo, it might be checkmate for Australia. I hate to say it. It's sad. It's tragic. But the reason why I'm being so like far down the line is because I do believe that the situation is extremely dire. I do believe what's going on is extremely concerning. And I think that what's going on in Australia should be a lesson to all of us, that like it goes like this. But this is the coup de grace. This is the poop. This is the poop right for your chute. Okay, here we go. This is the big concern. The reason that this is happening in Australia, as told by Australian citizens on a variety of different live streams, in DMs that I've gotten on Facebook, on Instagram, the general disposition is that the people in Australia, A, are cool with this, B, like it and are supporting it, and C, they think the political structure has never had higher approval ratings. The approval ratings for the overlords, the power overlords that are doing this to the people, they like it. They appreciate it. There's only a select number of people that are even mentally coherent enough to the severity of this moment that either have A, the balls to see and understand it, or B, the balls to see, understand, speak out, and or act on it, as little as they were even allowed to. But the vast majority of people just like it. They're all right with it. They're like, yeah, put them in a camp. It's like they're good with it. And that, to me, is the biggest threat of all. The threat is that they can successfully emotionally manipulate the vast majority of people to believing that it's good. If you beg them to put people in prison, it's over. That's it. And that, to me, represents the greatest threat to America. Because even though I've said it a million times, I'm going to say it again. America is the last piece. I don't play chess. Tickle my bag. I don't play chess. He's just saying that because he works for Pompeo. I don't play chess, but I assume that the queen is the last piece. All right? Great. America is the queen in the game of global domination, in the chess match of global domination, in the game of Risk. America is the coup de grace. It's the top. It's the end. It's the end all be all. If there's no America, there's nothing. There is no other nation that has the capacity. There are no other people that have the spine and the free attitude and the possibility to essentially save the world. There is no other place. There is no refuge other than America. It's the end. It's the last piece. So, as Australia, I believe, has fallen, and in a lot of ways, Canada is falling, and France and other countries, despite all the protests, they are making changes, and that's a very good thing. But like Australia, I feel like may be gone. Or at the very least, it's very, very close. And I don't say that to disparage the people of Australia. I say that to kind of ignite the rest of the people that are kind of standing on the sidelines like, meh, like it's not that big of a deal. It's like, yeah, it is, dude. Yes, it is. You wheel of cheese. You wheel of subservient cheese. Somebody on Facebook said I'm glitching. I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. I don't know. I can't deal with any more of these glitching. So whatever. So what I'm saying is, somebody said I'm ready to fight to the death. Yeah, I'm saying it doesn't need to come to that. Violence is not the answer. A modern war is not thought through violence. Violence is the last option. Violence is to me not an option, because it's like I don't think that it needs to get to that. I don't think it will get to that. I think that the subservience of the people and the complacency is the biggest threat. And if that happens, and there's widespread complacency, that amounts and is tantamount to surrender. And what happens is all of those people that take to violence as the one remaining solution, they will be outnumbered, and the probability of them losing will be very high. The only way to win, in my opinion, is through quantity of people. I don't believe that the modern day war is won with violence. I think that the modern day war is won through the mind. I think that our mind is the solution. I think that our mind is the answer. I think that our mind is the battlefield. I think that convincing people to understand and recognize the severity of the moment is the war. That is the true battle. You don't need to strap up and build a tower on the top of your house. I don't believe that's the solution. I believe the solution is mindfulness. And I know that's I'm Shiloh, have a chai latte, but I'm just saying, I really do think that's the answer. I think that high intelligence and capacity for awareness is what saves the modern world. That's what I think. And in the event that there are complicated problems, there are oftentimes simple solutions. The job of those who understand is to package, digest, and distribute the truth in digestible bites that the vast majority of people can understand, act upon, and be activated by. And that's why I do this, amongst a variety of different reasons. I think that the solution for Australia, especially in a situation where it seems like there is none, is the same solution for America. I just hope that we're not spineless and weak enough to allow it to get to the point where you're sitting on the porch of your government-sanctioned prison facility waiting for your freaking mud pie in your diaper while you post it on your TikTok. Because in case anybody doesn't understand, that's happening right now. It's happening right now. It's like that's occurring presently. Okay? All right. Cool. So it's like, how much, like, do they need this? They're not only are they getting their bags stomped on and pushed in, they're like lighting their bag on fire and they're like, that's kind of hot. And it's just like, yeah, literally is. But whatever. I'm going to look this word up because I want to make sure. I know it's the right word. But I just want to look it up just for a second, just to make sure. Okay. I think that the real modern altruism, the most righteous thing that we can do right now, the most righteous thing that everyday people can do is distribute the truth in an environment that may not seem willing to receive it, because the consequence of silence is so severe that you believe there is no other option. All right. The severity of complacency is that complacency amounts to surrender right now and going forward. Thank you, Jesse, on YouTube for the super chat or whatever that is. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Complacency is surrender. And the fact that, and as I was saying, I think that the most patriotic and altruistic thing that you can do is speak up. Now, if one believe, there's been a lot of different things in my mind where I was like, somebody said you sound weak. All right, cool. Thanks for the tip. Appreciate you. I think that I've been going through this analysis in my mind for the last couple months, and it's been escalating for the past week and a half after the whole situation overseas in the country that will not be named. And it's like, I do believe that the most permeating solution is widespread distribution of truth. And I think that that's the reason why this is the medium in which I'm trying to be as patriotic as possible, because myself and all of the other people, including, I'm sure, very many of you, maybe all of you, we believe that our duty, our service is owed, and that everything is so good. Like the other day, I was on the beach on Saturday, and I'm looking out at the sunset, and I was talking with my friend, and I was just like, I can't believe how lucky we are that we were born in the United States of America at this moment in time with these skills and capacities, and more than $100 in your pocket, and family and friends that love you, and infrastructure that's reliable, where if I got bit by a snake on that beach, there would have been a helicopter airlifting me to a hospital within 20 minutes. There would have been an ambulance. Like, you could call a police officer and they could be there to defend your life in less than 10 minutes. I mean, that's amazing. So it's just like, here we are in objectively the greatest and freest nation to ever exist in the totality of human existence. And we're here at this moment where we're lucky enough to be alive. Let's not even take into consideration healthy, aware, standing on 2 feet, whatever you want to say, intelligent enough to understand, whatever. Let's just say alive. To even be alive in the United States with a United States passport, being a United States citizen, is incredible. The probability of that happening is so ridiculously low. There's a higher likelihood that you'd be struck by lightning 35 times than you be born in the United States of America. Like, it's like thousands and thousands and thousands of sperm that, like, what is the probability of you even having the ability to live and nevertheless making it past 30 years old, 34 years old, whatever? It's remarkable. So here's this challenge. Here's this patriotic moment. Here's this moment where all of the things that you never really thought you would have the capacity to do because of one reason or another, and the most patriotic, altruistic, dutiful thing that you can do is simply talk to people about it. And I don't say that like, and this is the thing that I used to think. I used to think that talking to people about it was the bare minimum. I used to be like, hey, when you're dropping heat, like, pop on IG or TikTok and send out a message, make a tweet or something, like you're dropping dropping the Browns off at the Super Bowl, make a post or something, share something, message it to a couple people, when you're having a social conversation, chat with people about it, tell your family members, tell the people that you love, try to convince people to see the world from this lens, try to get people that don't pay attention to pay attention, try to get people to understand the severity of the moment. It's the least you could do. What I have come to realize now, seeing what's going in Australia, is it's not the least you can do. In a lot of ways, it's the most you can do. That's where I got it wrong. And the reason why I say it's the most you can do is because you have to reverse engineer a problem. I was looking at it all wrong. If you reverse engineer the problem from what is the solution, what does the solution work back from there? If I believe everything that I've been saying thus far, what is the solution to this? How does Australia get out of this? How do we do this? How do we save the world? How is the world saved? What is the only way that the world is saved? The only way that the world is saved is when people realize that there's more of us than there are of them. There's more people that are good than there are bad. There's more good than evil. The good outweighs the evil, right? The people, the volume of people, the vast majority of people, the large quantity of people, the mass of the people around the entire planet, I believe, want freedom, to be left alone, and to be able to enjoy and pursue their greatest life. I believe that that's generally the disposition of most humans on earth. How do you get those people to understand? It's really the only solution. No amount of firepower, no amount of weaponry, no militia, no armed anything is as powerful as the general disposition of large masses of people. It is the only solution in an intelligent and highly evolved world. It's the only way out, in my opinion. It's the only way out. It's like I don't know about the fight your way out. That's a last option. Think about why people fought like that, because there was no choice. It's like It's this or death. The only reason somebody would risk their life is because they believe death is imminent. They believe I'd rather die fighting than die on my knees. That's how it goes to that. What I'm saying is that there's a delta between here and there that is a solvable solution if we could only recognize that the true solution is in widespread awareness. Widespread global awareness, the reduction of complacency, and even just getting more people to simply be aware is the solution. Because whether people want to say voting is fake or whatever else, okay, I understand that some people think that. However, I believe that there's a vote that's more important than a vote. And I believe that the real vote is the pulse of the people in mass. Okay? The pulse of the people in mass. Because the pulse of the people in mass have the ability to quickly turn the minds of the people that supposedly represent us around like that. If you can convince the people to where the noise is so loud that they understand that they will lose purely based on volume alone, they understand that there's more of us than them. They understand that they're fighting a losing battle, which means that they will give, they will relent, they will retreat on that particular issue. How does somebody win? How does an army win a war? The war is not won by winning every battle. The war is won by winning the right battles, the battles with the most significance. You don't have to win every battle. If I lose this beach, if I lose this territory, if I lose this area, that doesn't mean that the war is over. That doesn't mean that I have to surrender. I'm not willing to put all of my people in this area, have them all die. Then we have to surrender. Then the war is over. I'm going to pull back and pick a new strategy. The difference is that if we can win small battles, we can build momentum and resistance to other battles that matter as well. And the highest value items, the most significant battles, the battles that matter can be won. And then piece by piece by piece, you can work back through the challenges and you can get freedom again. You can restore freedom. Because I think that there's a lot more good going on than we realize. It's important that we highlight the bad. It certainly is important that we highlight the bad things that are going on. But I think there's still a tremendous amount of good. And the yin and yang of life, the duality, the swing violently left to violently right is waking people up. In a lot of ways, this may be the Earth's natural flow of things to convince people to stand up. That may be what it is. For example, people get sick and their body shuts down as an indicator that they have to change their behavior. Your body reacts to behavior by sending you warning signs. If something is hot, your body's natural instinct pulls it away. It's instinctual. You don't even think it. Your body naturally protects you from that thing that's hot. It can take control of you. I think that the earth and or humanity and or the universe, whatever, its natural reaction to what's going on right now is the opposite, the blowback from all of the bad, hopefully will instill enough good that this process, the one that I'm talking about that I believe is the solution, can kickstart into gear at a faster clip. If you believe that that is the case, the most altruistic and patriotic thing that you can do is talk to other people. Spend the time that you have otherwise doing relatively trivial things and invest a bit of that time into fighting for America with words. Words, written copy, wherever you have the advantage. If you work with lots of people, tell those people at work. If you have a lot of friends, tell those people there. If you don't like video, but you like audio, if you don't like audio, but you like to write, if you don't like to write, but you like to throw parties, figure out the way that you have the advantage, that it's easy for you to, it's a layup for you to spread this awareness. Because I believe that, as I will title this video, complacency is surrender. And I think that the complacency is how we get into the trap. The only way out is through widespread awareness and people being altruistic, meaning they care about the well-being of others to such a degree that they understand that you have to save the kids, you have to save the next generation, and we will save our generation in the process. That's the thought. So the next threat that they're going to come at everybody with is the climate. They're going to come and they're going to be like, climate. They're going to take all of those facilities and say, this is for people that disagree about climate. This is for people to recalibrate. This is an education facility. Or they're going to come up with whatever euphemism is necessary to convince people that this is a good idea. The reason that Australia is in the situation that it's in is probably more tethered to the fact that the vast majority of people believe that it's good than it is that they can't protest or they can't move or whatever. They elected these people. They like these elected officials. They probably have the capacity to remove those officials if enough people spoke up and voiced about it, but they can't get out because people are celebrating it. That's the problem. And ultimately, that's going to be... Ultimately, that's what's going to lead to everybody's demise. Is the complacency, is the inability and the unwillingness to take on the time invested, take on the necessary time to invest into researching this, understanding this, speaking about it well, articulating it to people that maybe don't want to hear it, and understanding that the severity of the moment is more important than the silence. That's what has to happen. Because the times are dire, and I'm not going to come on here and be like, grab an AR-15 and a bunch of survival food. I'm not saying that those aren't good ideas. In fact, they probably are, but I'm just saying that I believe there's a delta in between here and there, and I think that the most necessary thing to happen right now around the entire world, but especially in the United States, is for people to start talking to each other or continue talking. They need to be posting reels, posting TikToks, posting Twitter posts, talking to people in person and spreading the information. And then of course, some people are not social media people. I don't make videos. Okay, go to the school board meetings. Do the things that you have the capacity to do. If you can do it online, go online, do internet stuff. If you can't do it online, go to school board meetings, go to local municipalities, your mayor, your representatives in your town locally. Start talking to people, make your voice heard. Do whatever you have the capacity to do that you think will have the greatest impact. If that's making a podcast, if that's making videos, if that's writing Twitter posts, if that's writing blog posts, if that's writing a book, if that's talking to people with a megaphone downtown, however you choose to do it, do it. Because I do believe that the situation is so dire that is like the last hope. Thank you for the badges. Thank you so much on Instagram. Thank you, Hunter Collins 32, Breathe with Kimberly Rose, Jay Lasta 710, the Megan Hayward bought 11 badges. Thank you so much, Megan. I appreciate you. Jen Lisa 80, 2 badges, 2 series of badges. Lana Liberty 1, Michelle AD, Rachel Senger, Plant-Based Dominican, Knitted Wire, Kells 8705, Alexis Romano, Leo's the Ryan, and then all of the people that I mentioned before. Thank you guys so much for the badges on Instagram. I appreciate it. Everybody's lack of awareness is such a slippery slope because people don't understand the negative impacts of what's going on with our money, the thing that they work for every single day. People somehow don't care that they're putting diapers on your kids, but you can watch videos of football stadiums packed with people, yet kids are wearing diapers in school. It's like the kids and the diapers in school should be a lesson. Kids don't have a voice of their own. So you can fight the parents, but even two parents sometimes will have 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, right? They can have an impact on more people. And if those 2 parents are busy, only one parent shows up. Now you got 3 kids, 1 parent. If there's thousands and thousands and thousands of kids, but only 1 or 2 parents fighting, it's like, or 100 parents or whatever, they're outnumbered. If the kids were voicing those concerns as well, that wouldn't be happening. It's like, why? It's like the only solution is noise. If everybody in Florida was mad at Ron DeSantis like they suggest, if everybody was mad that there's no one wearing diapers, if the majority of people were like, diaper us up, they wouldn't need the mandates. They would just be wearing diapers. They'd convince everybody successfully to wear the diapers, and everybody would just wear the diapers. And if enough people did that, then A, the problem solves itself, or B, someone like a Ron DeSantis would want to continue his role as representing the people of Florida, and he would put more of these things into place, or he'd provide diapers for free to everybody or whatever. But because the general disposition of the people of Florida is loud enough that Ron DeSantis recognizes that this is what the people wants, and he believes that it's right, he goes with that. And because he has so many people that support him, say that he's great, vote in polls and say that they support him, tell him in person and tell him in the numbers, the way that money is spent and the fact that so many people are moving here. All of the indicators show Ron DeSantis that his decisions are correct. The flow of the people comes from the general disposition of the people to what's happening around them. People's actions are represented in these numbers, and the numbers don't lie. So the governors, the mayors, the city officials, the school boards, all of these people can be persuaded to do things that they say they don't want to do if there's enough people being loud enough about it. If the general disposition of people appears to be that there's going to be less resistance to me turning this on or off, they're going to go towards the path of least resistance because the people have spoken. You don't always need a vote. You don't need a 2024 or a 2022 or whatever to do that. You just need enough people to be voicing enough outrage and or acting in that manner to convince them that their career, their ability to represent the people depends on it. I guarantee you that there's not that many representatives out there that are just saying like, nope, the people want this, but I want something else, so I'm going to go against it. The governors of New Jersey, New York, that's because people want that. They get away with that stuff because some people want it. A lot of people want it. We don't think that we're like, how can anybody want that? How can anybody be begging for their freedom to be taken away? I heard Anomaly once say, he's just like, it's so crazy. People used to protest in the streets for their freedom. Now people are protesting in the streets to have their freedoms taken away. People are protesting in the street to get people to have their guns taken away. It's like there's so much science to support that more people having protection keeps people safer, not the other way around. But people just don't care about the numbers. They only care about the virtue. They only care about the emotion. They're emotionally manipulated to have herd mentality. They're emotionally manipulated to follow along with what everybody does. People inherently are tribal and they want to be on the side. They want to be on the winning side. They want to be on the winning team. The only way to convince more people to move over to the winning team is to have more volume, have more numbers, have more quantity on that side. The way to convince people that there's more quantity is for the people that are there to not be silent. With the silence comes with the complacency and the surrender, it is exacerbated by the silence. No one's going to be convinced to come out of the middle and go left or right if there's no silence. If there's two competing factions, they're going to often go to the one that perceives to be the bigger one, the more popular one. That's the herd mentality. That's the tribal nature that human beings have inherently. They're tribal. They want to be on the winning side. If one side is yelling that they want X on TV, magazines, books, in the public discourse, and in social situations, why would anybody choose the other way around? The only solution is to start combating that discourse and change the zeitgeist by being part of the culture, meaning make your own movies, make your own social media posts, write your own books, make your own podcasts, make your own music, have your own businesses that align with those ideals, support each other financially. The stage is set, and there's a lot of people that have a lot of money, that have a lot of influence, that have a lot of power, that are just begging for people to step up in this way, because you can't just solve it with money. The only way to solve it is through the general disposition of everyday people to understand that their tribal instinct is not so blatantly one-sided as the mainstream media makes them think. They're emotionally manipulating them to believe that it's everybody believes X. If Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and a bunch of jabrons believe it, if Miley Cyrus and Demi Garbado, they believe it, then that's what everybody believes. So it's just like, how do you combat the culture being on the side of help me, Daddy Gov? You create the culture. You become the culture. You raise the importance, the influence, the impact, and the distribution of the counterculture narrative that in this particular situation, we believe to be the right one. You elevate creators that build this other side of the culture. The reason that so many badges are sold in this live stream, the reason that people buy merch, the reason that people distribute the videos, the reason that people make donations, to which I'm so thankful for, is because that's their contribution to the growth of culture. And it's not something that's just me. It's a lot of creators on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. It's remarkable how many people make donations to contribute. They vote with their dollars. They also vote with their time. And they are contributing to the they are contributing to the culture growing. They are contributing to what I believe is the solution. And that's not a hey, you should be sending me money. What I'm saying is that if it's generally believed that the culture sees the world like X, the only way to counter that is for us to create the culture on the other side. How does one do that? How does one incentivize the growth of more culture on the side that they believe to be correct? Contribute to it, endorse it, share it, piggyback on that momentum to catapult yourself into that position. One thing that's so remarkable about TikTok is that the TikTok algorithm, as far as I can understand it, does not take into consideration how many followers you have or likes you have. Every individual video enters the platform at the same position. Now, obviously, people that have more followers, people are going to see it because they already follow them. But the people that don't see it, I believe, at least my understanding of the TikTok algorithm, is that if you make a video that is objectively high quality, meaning that the consumption rate is at a higher clip, it will receive higher distribution in sort of a instantaneous A/B test to figure out whether or not it has the ability to go nuclear, to go expansive distribution. When I post a Facebook video, it tells me in the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes, it tells me in the first 5 minutes, the estimated distribution of that video compared to the average of all of my other videos. For example, if I make a video that if the average video that I post on Facebook gets 1,000 views in the first hour, if I post a video to Facebook that gets 1,000 views in the first hour, it's average. If it gets 500, it'll be X times less than average. If it's 2,000 views in the first hour, it'll be 2X average. If it's 5,000 views in the first hour, whatever. And I can tell usually within the first 2 to 5 hours that a video is up, how far that video will go. I posted a video a couple weeks back that was like 11 times average. And it got 68 or 70,000 some odd views on Facebook. They knew in the first 60, 120, 240, 360 minutes how far that video was going to go based on its comparative stats to previous videos that had gone. On TikTok, when you make a video, it measures that video's progress in the first 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 75 minutes, whatever, right? I don't know the numbers. That's part of the magic sauce. But the point is that if you post a video on TikTok that is lit up when it gets served to the first small chunk of people, it's like they serve your video to 300 people. They see how those people like it. If they like it, they serve it to 600, then 1,000, then 10,000 as it goes up the chain. If it doesn't, or if other videos are being put out that are at a higher, that have a higher momentum, not only is the social media platform incentivized to distribute that video at a higher rate because it gets more people consuming that video and consuming on the app, they want to serve you the highest quality product so that you keep reopening TikTok, so that you keep reopening Facebook, so that you keep reopening YouTube or whatever. They're financially incentivized because your time and attention means dollars to distribute them as far and wide as possible. So there's this unique moment in time that exists right now where you can put a video on YouTube, put a video on Facebook, put a video on Instagram Reels, and put a video on TikTok that has the ability to go absolutely mega nuclear and get more distribution than any micro thought could ever be distributed in the history of human existence. The amount of time that it takes for you to record, save, upload, caption, hashtag, and post a 15-second clip on 4 platforms is less than 7 minutes. If you post a video on those 4 platforms in less than 7 minutes, that video can go further than any voice has ever gone in the history of time in 7 minutes of effort, ever in the history of human existence. And that multiplication is only being exacerbated as time goes on, as the distribution increases. Last time I checked, the amount of people that use Instagram on a monthly and daily and annual basis goes like this, goes up every month, every year, every quarter. That's happening on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. As the prevalence of high-speed internet and smart devices are distributed around the whole world, some parts of the world don't even have internet yet. Phones now have the ability to read captions, which means they can instantly translate in any word into every language. There will be a time in the very near future, and it probably already exists, where you can post a video, caption it into text from just what you said, and then have it instantaneously translated to every language in the world like that. And the difference between now and then is an ever-shortening delta of time. So imagine if you could get good at distributing a concise message that had an altruistic and patriotic tint to it that in theory could be instrumental and not consequential, but significant, and have a significant and growing impact on the future of the free world. You know, that's what I'm saying, is like, if you could only get good at distributing micro thoughts in a timely manner, they have more distribution now than they've ever had in the history of time. The history of time. So here you have this world that's melting down before our eyes, that has all of these horrible things happening. And I've deduced, right or wrong, that reverse engineering the end result helps us find the solution better. The end result is mass awareness. The zeitgeist believing that this is wrong and another option is correct. The way to get to those people, to win the thought war, to win the information war, is through widespread distribution of thought, widespread evolution of thought, widespread understanding to the vast majority of people that don't even pay attention. And I'm suggesting to you that out of 100% of the people on the planet, I would wager that less than 15% of the living, sentient people in the world pay attention to what's going on to any degree where they would have the capacity to take some type of action, small, minor, or large, towards preserving their own right to being free. You know? So it's like, if so much of the world is unaware, that means so much of the world can be educated and learn and taught the correct way. The way to do it is to go back to my original point, which is the most patriotic thing that you can do, the most altruistic thing that you can do in 2021 is help to take complicated problems and digest them into simple and widespread, universally understandable and actionable solutions. And those solutions are simply contained in the convincing of the vast majority of people that freedom is better than subservience, that capitalism is better than socialism and communism, that smaller government is better than larger government, that fiscal responsibility is better than runaway spending, that a currency that cannot be manipulated, that is backed by a real asset such as gold, is a solution to a prosperous future, that giving too much power, especially power that's not explicitly outlined in the most significant document to ever protect the rights and freedoms of individuals, to ever be written in the history of human existence, is worth our attention and preservation now until forever. That is the solution. That is the answer to the problem. That is the everything is in trouble. It's not rations and arms and militias, in my opinion. It is widespread understanding so we could tap in the tribal and emotional nature of vast majorities of people to help them understand that freedom and prosperity are achievable, not only achievable, but already there. Ron Paul, I was listening to a video from Ron Paul today, and he said, freedom is a young idea. The United States is nothing more than a few hundred years old. Freedom is young. Freedom is a new idea, and how rapidly we're choosing to give it away is troubling. So the way that so many people ask me the exact same question, like, what do I do? What do I do? You know what to do. The laziness of that question demonstrates to me that you don't care as much as you are pretending to care. Because if you really cared, you wouldn't have to ask me or anybody else how to solve the problem. Leaders solve their own problems. It doesn't mean that asking questions is bad. It just means that we need more leaders. A leader is a thought leader. A leader is an intelligence leader. A leader is a social leader. A leader leads by example. We don't have enough of that. And that's why not only are we vulnerable right now, but we are susceptible to manipulation at scale. So, this is a cool song. So, that's the solution. That's the thing that makes sense to me. That's the thing that I think is what gets us out of all this. And I think that's how we save the world. So, it's like, all right, the real question is that if you haven't done anything, if you haven't spoken out, if you haven't changed the conversation yet, first of all, what are you waiting for? If you have, could you do more? Can you do more? Will you do more? MSVT, thanks again. You're welcome. Thank you. So that's my thought. That's my thought for the day. That's what I think is the message that needs to be heard right now. Now, How did that happen? Why did that happen? Why are we here? Why are so many people watching? Why will so many people watch this video? And what will they do as a result of it? I don't know, but this is my contribution at this moment. These are the things that I think about. This is the distribution of the thought. Every single thing in the world, all great things begin with a thought first. I've been thinking about this for days. I try to compartmentalize. I try to focus it. I try to make it pungent and I try to make it have impact. And I spend a lot of time thinking about that because that is my contribution to this cause. Could I do more? Sure. And I'm certainly working on doing that. But if all of us can't do the same, especially those of us that have the capacity to see it and speak out about it, if you can't find your advantage where you have the ability to distribute it, we're toast. We really need the collective effort of everybody. And I think without being doom and gloom, I think that in a lot of ways we're running out of time. So that's the thought. I'll answer some questions, or I want to get involved in the comments now. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I actually just made a shirt right before we got on the live stream that I wanted to show everybody. That is kind of like an idea that I had that I hoped could maybe help for this cause, because I think that we need to start more conversations, and I think a lot of people are challenged with the conversation. So you're going to see on my screen on YouTube and Facebook, I'm pulling up a screen here. I'm going to show you on Instagram. Check this out. I just made this new shirt because I want to start more conversations. I just made a men's and a women's shirt like this. Very simple. It's an American flag on the front. I have a men and a women's version. On the back, it says, "Talk to me about freedom." Very simple. Talk to me about freedom. I'm hoping that a shirt like this, that hopefully people would get this, see it in the airport, see somebody wearing it walking down the street, and be like, I should talk to this person about freedom. At the very least, it's a conversation starter. And I think that a lot of these things can come back to that. It's about the conversations. I'm happy to put this on any other type of garment, but for the meantime, I just put it on a women's shirt as well as a men's shirt. Let me pull up the women's version real quick. Here's the women's one. Okay, I guess it just doesn't want to show me the women's one. That's cool. Oh, there it is. There's the women's one. Oh, there we go. Very simple. Not in the way, just the flag. When I see somebody wearing an American flag shirt, I already know that they're hip to it. I know that they're hip to the operation. That's the intent of this shirt. That's what I'm trying to get across. So I hope that helps. That's the contribution. If you go on bobbysauce.com to the everything category and click on new arrivals, that's how you find it in the top left corner. And I'm happy to put this on other items. You go to everything new arrivals and you'll see it on this page. And I'm happy to put it on some other garments if people want it on something that's other than a shirt, whether you want it on a mug to have at work, or you want it on a water bottle, or you want it on a hoodie or whatever. I'm happy to do that. So that's something that I thought about. So the point is that the intention of this is to start conversations and continue making conversations. That's the point. I'll make the versions that people request on the live stream. I'll make them after I get off here. So if anybody wants me to put that on another garment, drop it in the comments right now, and I'll do it after the stream. That way we don't leave that on the stream. Somebody said a hoodie. Okay, I'll do a hoodie. I'll do a cropped hoodie. Somebody said a baseball shirt. MSVT says she wants a Canadian flag. I could do that. I see other people saying hoodie. Okay. Yeah, I'll put it on them. I'm going to read some comments now. Okay, I see a bunch of people talking about saying hoodies. I'll definitely put it on a hoodie for sure. Thomas on YouTube said, can you put it on a Canadian flag? I'll do a Canadian flag as well. Somebody said winter cap. I could do that. Plant-based Dominican says V-neck. There is a V-neck women's shirt on there that already has it. The women's V-neck is already there. Somebody said muscle tees. Yeah, I'll put one on a tank top. I'll just make all of them. I'll do a I'll put it on a baseball shirt. I saw somebody say baseball shirt. I'll put it on a baseball shirt, a hoodie, a cropped hoodie, a winter cap, a women's cropped t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, and a tank top. Michael on Facebook said, I think you're an awesome individual who can take serious topics and have the correct sense of humor. I think you're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate that. Karen on YouTube said, where are the shirts made? Different shirts are made in different places. Some of them are made in like Bangladesh. All the shirts are blanks that are made for the intention of people printing them. So I don't have any impact over where they get made, unfortunately. Sable said a beanie. I can put it on a beanie. I'll do that. You are what keeps my motivation to never stop speaking. Thank you so much, Sable. I appreciate it. Samantha said, you and Ian Smith are the only people I trust lately. Everyone seems to be a patriot with a Y. Yeah, I mean, look, the reality of life, the reality of capitalism is that you need income to invest time. And everybody has to choose their way of going about acquiring that income because it forces them to not have as much time to invest into the work. Like, let me give you an example. This video right now, where it stands, is an hour and a half long. The time that I spent just thinking about this, meaning like if I was at work doing something, I couldn't think about all this stuff as much, right? I need to relax just like everybody else. So the time that I spend thinking about this stuff, let's just for the sake of argument, let's just call it an hour. Okay, let's just pretend it was an hour. That's 2.5 hours just today, and I'll probably be on here for another 20 minutes. So you're talking almost 3 hours in one day, right? If somebody was to do that 3 hours one day, plus the amount of time that it took to build this up, right? I'm going to make a video tomorrow. I'm going to make a video the next day. I'm going to make 5 videos at least this week. Each of those videos takes me 3 hours to do. That's 15 hours right there. Plus this, you're talking 20 something hours a week. Then it's maintaining the channel, finding new ways to grow it, right? It's producing the reels. Those take me another hour a day. That's another 7 hours. That's another 6-7 hours a week. So you're talking about a full-time job. If a person doesn't have the capacity to generate some income, they can't justify doing this because they have to find a way to make income. As a result, they're able to produce less content. They're able to read more news, understand more stuff, and distribute more stuff. So it takes a lot of time. The reality of this is that if I didn't have 10 years of investing and building all the stuff that I've done with the business that I have on the side, I would never be able to afford to do this. This channel, my Instagram, my Facebook, and my YouTube don't generate enough money that I could survive on it by itself. And I'm not saying that there's no reason for me saying that other than just trying to help frame the perspective of why other people have to sell certain things, because there is no other option. This stuff takes a lot of time because people don't even realize the amount of effort that is required to build a channel that operates at the same level as the other big channels that you see. The average big channel, like something like mine, it's like I have to post on my story probably at least conservatively 75 times a week, at least 10 times a day. So 75 times a week, call it 100 times a week. That's 100 pieces of content that I have to think about, vet, post, write, whatever. Then you say the wrong thing and people could hate on it. You got to think it through. If it's about things that require research, you got to do the research. That's 80 posts a week. That's hours and hours of research. Then the videos, 3 hours of video. You got to buy a phone. I remember when I first started making videos, I bought a more expensive phone so that the quality of my videos was better. You need to have an app that allows you to crop it up. I have that title slide at the end of my videos. I had to pay somebody to help me make that title slide. I had to buy stock audio to put at the end of the thing. I got to upload it in multiple. The point is that it takes a lot of time, and that growing the account is even more challenging because the goalposts are always moving. So you have to invest hours and hours and hours and hours a week. Then you have to go and meet people, talk to people, exchange, communicate. You got to DM with people, respond to comments, like comments, react to comments, feel the pulse of the people, read the comments and interact. Anybody that's on here knows that if you've DM'd me, I pretty much respond to the vast majority of DMs that I get. Maybe not instantly, but usually pretty quick. It takes a lot of time. So it's like, to think that I've spent 1 year plus investing into this, it's like, all right, there's almost 70,000 followers. That's amazing. If I can't make a full-time income from $70,000, then it's like, how many do you need? 140? That's 2 years of effort. How much money do you need to make between those 2 years for you're investing 30 hours a week? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it takes a lot of time. And then to think that at any moment, the gram or whatever platform could just clap you because you're saying the wrong thing, that your account could get zapped, deleted, nuked. That happens a million times, right? So then you have this thought where like the floor could be taken out from underneath you. It's very challenging. And with me, it's like I like the merch. I love the merch, but it's like I always feel that my highest and best time expenditure is in making more content. I like making merch, but it's like I feel like what I'm doing here is so much more impactful. So when I go weeks of time without pumping the merch, the sales of the merch goes down. It's like, unless people are reminded, buy the merch, it's difficult to get people to keep going there and buying it. So the point is that if somebody is asking for money or working on a way to develop money, just understand that it's not because they're trying to grift. It's because they understand that that some type of income is likely necessary in order to justify this expenditure of time for the long term. It's a lot of work. And I'm not here begging for money because everybody is more than generous. And like, I'm so thankful that everybody's been so generous. I've done a lot of work foundationally to build up the income necessary to justify investing in this, because I believe in not only what it is, but I believe in the long-term value of it, not only to myself, but to the world, the country, people, the future. So that's why I'm doing it. It's like, I also understand that more people, more eyeballs means the ability to generate more income. And if that allows me to create more content, it's like, what's better? Not doing it, doing less, and then going and working some job, that's the whole point. So it's like, what's a patriot with a P-A-Y? I don't know. You got to be careful of the grift, but at the same time, it can be very challenging to figure out a way to generate income from these systems, especially when every single thing that we do is free. It's like, I make videos that are free. I'm just lucky enough that people subscribe to the Patreon. I've been lucky enough that people have subscribed to the Patreon account. People go on and buy merch, and like, there's so many people. Like, there's 34 badges were sold on this live stream, which is amazing. Like, I appreciate you guys so much for those contributions. That's the type of stuff that keeps channels like this and all the other channels going. So not everybody is grifting, or I bet the vast majority of them are. So just keep that in mind. Lori says, I listen to you all the time and never knew you had any merch. See, that's the thing is like, I need to get better at pushing people to bobbysauce.com. I haven't been pumping it as much as I should. Because, you know, whatever. It's just like, I just don't want to be like, buy this all the time. But I need to be. I need to, because that's what people, that's what needs to happen. So anyways, with that being said, thanks, Peter. Thank you, Sable. I appreciate that. For those on Facebook and Instagram, Sable said you have an awesome balance of information and humor. Appreciate that. That's what I'm trying to do. Jesse on YouTube said, anybody watching, hit the like button. Appreciate that. Sable said, get the merch pump on. Yeah, I got to do that. Mikey said on Facebook, he said, thank you, Caris. Appreciate you. She said, I always forward your videos to a few of my friends regularly. They became fans, keeping you. Thank you so much. Plaga says, I built a music platform years ago and it turned into a 24-hour per day job. I didn't want to hear a song ever again. Yep. Mikey says, don't forget when you're generating content with zero response. That's why I don't even look back. I just keep creating. Exactly. That's what you got to do. You just got to keep creating because you understand that the value of the content is there. I mean, you have to pay attention to the signals and you have to pay attention to how people react, but it's important to not be discouraged by low eyeballs. Somebody on YouTube said, 1,000% agree. Totally appreciate your work. Have to consider that with no income. Have to be particular via purchases, merch, source. Yeah, I understand that. And I by no means would want somebody to stretch themselves. Just contribute to the cause of sharing. If you like what you see, the best that you could do is at the very least share it, tell other people about it. That's payment enough. I don't need payment from anybody. I appreciate it for sure. And it's obviously helpful, but certainly not from somebody that doesn't have the ability to do it. Knitted Wire says, happy to help you with a few marketing changes. Yeah, Knitted Wire, email me, woke@bobbysauce.com. WOKE, woke at bobbysauce.com. Jay Wood on Instagram says, I think you're onto something when you say we need to simplify the message for the 85% who aren't paying attention. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. That is what has to happen. It has to be simplified and digested. People, Baker Mineral says, can I send you some rocks? If they're made of gold, no. Vag coin, yeah. Oh, man. For those that were not in here the other day, I did a live stream the other day when my account was getting clapped and I only had like 7 people or 10 people or 20 people in the live, and people were just buying coin or buying badges like crazy. Sold more badges in this live stream to 20 people than any live stream ever. And we were having a little powwow with like 20 people. It was really cool. And we came up with the term Vag coin because it was just like all the females were just buying badges. And the Vag gang. But yeah, like official Vag badge regime. Yeah, exactly. Like I tried to say and tried to make clear on this is that the simplification of complicated ideas and making them easily distributed and distributable and digestible is the key. You got to be telling people about it. You got to be posting about it. You got to be sharing it with people. Peter says the feed is lagging. Is anybody seeing that? Is anybody else seeing lagging? Michael on Facebook says no. Everybody's saying for a while now. God, that's so annoying. Voice isn't matching. God, that's so annoying. All right. Well, I'm going to use that as my sign to go, I guess. That's really annoying. All right. Well, thank you for watching nonetheless. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that that's happening. It's really annoying. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, everybody on Instagram. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to make all these items right now that we talked about. I'm going to put the baseball shirt, the hoodie, the cropped hoodie, the winter hat, the women's crop t-shirt, the long sleeve shirt, and the tank top in the store right now. I'm going to drop it on. I'm going to drop it on here. While I do that, I'm going to close this stream down and I'm going to start a new one. And then if anybody wants to come in while I make those, we'll just jam for a few minutes. I'm going to close this one down and I'll start a new one while I make those other ones, and we can just chat for a few minutes if you want. And hopefully the audio realigns. Thank you to everybody that bought the badges. Claff05, Lori S216, Kim Rangel 925, Hunter Collins 32, Breathe with Kimberly Rose, Jay Lasta 710, The Megan Hayward, Jen Lisa 80, Lana Liberty 1, Michelle AD, Rachel Sengo, Plant Based Dominican, Knitted Wire, Kells 8705, Alexis Romano, Leo's the Lion, Jenna Salt's Beauty, Chooks Official, James Daniel, Hello Out There, Chichi 8, Samantha Mariah, and yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm going to close it down, post it, and then I'll jump back on in a few minutes. Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, you guys can stick around. I'm just gonna post this and then I'm just gonna post this and then I'll keep going. So just give me a second. The audio I was getting clapped on the audio apparently on Instagram, so how you guys doing on Facebook and YouTube? What's the good word? Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, Amy. Make another merch link separate. What do you mean? Here's the merch link. I'm just gonna I'm going to make some merch on the on this other screen here. All right. I'm gonna do a little. I'm gonna get back on here now. Yo, what's going on? Instagram people, I am back. Amy says I'm still waiting for the. What's up? Amy says I'm still waiting for the Anomaly Bobby tour announcement. Yeah, same. That would be fresh. I would like that very much. Oh wow. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, a lot of people are in here. There was not this many people in here 5 minutes ago. So to all the people that are just joining that were not on a minute ago, I just jammed for like an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. And now I was just going to come on to just chat for a little bit as I started putting together these new shirts that I was doing. Sable, I'm still waiting for my Who Hurt You shirt. Nice. Yeah. I guess I don't know what happened when I turned the camera around before. It was clapping the audio, so I'm going to try this again and let's see if this still happens. For everybody that just jumped on here, the reason that I came back is that I made these shirts that I hope start some conversations for people, and I wanted to show them to the people. So I was going to come on here and make some other items with them. I hope this doesn't screw up the audio, but this is what it was. I hope the audio is good now. It's simply a t-shirt. Oh, it's a t-shirt with an American flag on it. Has a little flag on the front. Very simple. And then on the back, it says, "Talk to me about freedom." Hopefully that these shirts can help start conversations for people that don't just want to come out with it. Hopefully this will help some people to just start some conversations about freedom, which I think is important. So this is the women's version. It's a V-neck. And the reason why I was jumping on here was I was going to make a couple of other versions, like a baseball shirt and a hoodie and a hat and stuff. And that's why I came on here, or that's why I was coming on here, to make the other items and just talk to people while I do it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting them on bobbysauce.com for anybody that wants one. That is what we are doing. I'm putting it on a baseball shirt, a hoodie, a cropped hoodie, a winter hat, a women's crop t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, and a tank top. If anybody wants it on a different item, let me know, and I'm happy to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the women's crop, or the women's hoodie. Nice. Thank you, Olivia. Appreciate you. 44 Olivia. Thank you. She said I came out a few months ago. Thanks for all you do. There you go. P. D'Amico 60 says had so many conversations while wearing his Recall Newsom shirt. That's the thing, is like sometimes it's just a conversation away. So that's why I think like things like this are important. I love that you made a women's version. Yeah, I have men's and women's versions, and I'm gonna make a bunch of other things right now for anybody that wants it on anything else. If you want it on a like a mug or a coffee cup or a hat or whatever, I'm happy to put it on anything else. That's what I'm doing right now. The first thing I'm going to do is put on a women's hoodie. Thank you, Jess. Jess said thanks for all you do. Appreciate it. Okay. I say OP all the time. All right, the women's cropped hoodie is in the store now. What's your music source? I use SoundCloud, and sometimes I use Spotify. Is the audio good on Instagram? Anybody? Tell me if the audio is good on Instagram. KMC Gator, yeah, probably. I think so. All right, here's the. I hope the audio is still good. Good. All right, here's the women's hoodies are here. Very simple. Diana says, I sent you something. I need to know if you received it. You sent me something where, Diana? In the mail or on email, or where did you send me something? All right, I'm doing the women's hoodie right now. The women's hoodie has a ton of different colors, so it's pretty cool. Purple, burgundy. Thanks, Cherie. Appreciate it. Diana said she sent it to me in the mail. When did you send it, Diana? Does it have tracking? Thank you, LE2, for the badge. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to show you the. Carlos says, where did I grow up? Connecticut. What's up, Hawaii? Diana, I don't know what you're saying no to. You got to be specific. There's a delay between the comment and then the reaction, so you got to tell me what you're saying no to. Check it out. Here's the women's hoodie. Here it is. Very simple. Like I wanted to pull a shirt out of my closet the other day, and I'm like, I wish I just had something that just had an American flag on the front, and that's it. So that's why I made that. Simple, to the point. And I see somebody in an American flag, and I'm like, this person knows what's up. Because people don't just wear American flags like for nothing. If you're gonna go out of your way to have a shirt that has an American flag on it, chances are we probably agree with each other. That's the point. And like, even though that seems like such a stupid thought, it's like that's the world that we're living in right now. Is like simply being a person that's willing to represent the flag of the country that you live in is like somehow like rare. It's like, what? We've lost our way, Jack. I don't know. So that's it's like, what the frick? I don't understand that at all. I'm gonna put this on a women's sweatshirt as well. Yeah, I just don't understand how it's like the flag offends me. It's like, what? How could the American flag offend a person? How could that even come out of a person's face? It's like, what? Like, I just want to hit him with a who hurt you, bro? Like, what is wrong with you? I just don't understand that at all. Yeah, like that's the world that we're living in now. People being like, oh, I'm offended. It's like, what? I just don't understand that. I do not get it at all. Their face offends me. Yeah, agreed. All right, I just finished the women's sweatshirt. Thank you, April, for the badge. Appreciate you. Thank you for everybody that bought the badges in here. Appreciate that. Carlos NYC Bus, Jax KW, 44 Olivia, LE2, and April Brust. Thank you guys so much for the badges. Really appreciate it. I do not get it. Yeah, exactly. If it offends you, move it. I agree with that. Here's the hey, there it is. Here's the women's sweatshirt. I'm just putting it on a bunch of different stuff. Figure might as well. Like most of my shirts are like funny in nature, but this particular one I think is a little bit more purposeful. So whatever. Jay Erickson says, "How are you doing?" Good. I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm gonna put it on a long sleeve shirt now. Women's. I'm gonna put on the baseball shirt. Thank you, R. Dobney, for the badge. Appreciate it. All right, I'm putting it on the baseball shirt now. What's up, Abby208? What's going on? Just in here making American flag shirts. Trying to get some conversations started so people can jam about freedom. The baseball shirts are pretty cool, I gotta say. But most of the baseball shirts have a white thing, a white background. So, all right, the baseball shirts are in there. Jam out with their clam out, yes. The baseball shirt is cool. I actually have one of the baseball shirts, and I like it a lot. The problem is I live in Florida, so I never really need anything for like cold weather. But I really like the baseball shirt too. All right, check it out. I got the baseball shirt in there now. Here's the, let's see, here it is. Somebody said, "Do you know of any comics, Carlos?" No. Megan, we know that your badge is fully badged. Here it is. Now there is a male in the there is a male in the photo of this product, but it is universal. It is unisex. Fully badged vaginas. Oh my god. True that. Can you put it on a white baseball tee as well? Yeah, I can do that. Let me finish all of the dark ones first. Like I'll put it on some tank tops, and I'm gonna put it on the men's hoodie, and then I can put it on a white baseball tee. Yeah. What's up, Una Carmen? How's it going? Badge Vadry. True that. Parm to table. I'm gonna do the. I think I did. So I did women's. I'm gonna do the men's hoodie right now. Thanks, NJ Shoemaker. Appreciate it. Doing my best. Doing my best. Trying to make things happen. Thank you for that. David on Facebook said, "Just got here. Are we talking about how Joey Basement won fair and square?" Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Hey, from Los Angeles, what's going on? What's the verdict from the Werther's original Choco Chip. I just did the men's. I just did the men's hoodie, and I'm gonna do the tank top. The Megan Hayward bought badges during your last 3 live videos. Don't forget to thank them. Thanks, the Megan Hayward. Appreciate it so much. She's just buying all the badges right now. Reestablishing Vag badge status. I am here for it. All right, I'm just making the men's tank top right now. What's Monster Cat? I don't know what that means. Monster Cat is a Monster Cat is a record label, if that's what you're talking about. The Vag Badge Regime Queen, yes. Agreed. The Vag Badge Regime. All right, I just did the men's tank top. And then I'm going to do the women's tank top right now. Oh yeah. I made this hoodie the other day for a friend of mine, but I didn't tell anybody about it because I'm just an idiot. But check this out. I just made this one the other day. It's a cropped hoodie. It just says trash merchant. That's it. Just trash merchant. Pretty fly. I thought that was her request. And I was like, yeah. Hell yeah. I was like, I'll make that right now. So there it is. That's in there. I really gotta, like I said, I really gotta share this with people. I don't know why I'm not doing that. Pretty fly for a dumpster guy. Agreed. Definitely agreed. I'm going to put the women's tank in there now. Pretty fly for a dumpster guy. Oh my God. That's pretty funny. You look like a different person than in the beginning. Sometimes finding the truth is torture. What does that mean? What does that mean? I look like a different guy? What? Do I? I already knew the truth before I started. Just a heads up. Adderall wore off. I've never taken Adderall in my entire life. Never even one time. Not when I was going to school. Never one time have I ever taken an Adderall ever. I'm getting a nice tan. Yes, that is correct. I look worn out. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I mean, it's 10:41 at night after a long weekend, and I've been on here for 3 hours or 2.5 hours. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm out here living life. And I will say this, like, it is pretty sad looking at all the stuff that's going on, but this is what we got to do. So this is what we're doing. I think that the cause is worth. I think that the cause is worth the challenge. So that's what I am doing. Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, we had a great time. Any day spent on a boat is a great time. Boats are fun. All right, check it out. I just finished a few of them. All right, there's the men. There's the women's tank. Boats and hoes. Somebody said frozen. Am I frozen again? Is it freezing on me again? Everyone that why are you pushing tanks when it's about to be fall? I'm not pushing tanks, I'm just making tanks. I'm not pushing anything. Also, it's Florida. I'm hot. It's hot as shit in Florida right now. I'm gonna buy a tank for myself. You know? Why are you pushing tanks? Oh wow, there's polo shirts now. That's pretty crazy. Wow, there's men's polo shirts. That's pretty crazy. That's interesting. Joggers. Huh. Huh. That's pretty cool. Workwear. What the hell is that? Uh, Interesting. I want more long sleeve with hoods. Oh, you mean like I don't want to make an everything woke turns to shit one. I don't want to do that. Other people have those, and that's cool, but I don't know. I just don't want to do that. Do I have any birther shirts? I don't know what that is. What the hell is a birther shirt? You mean like you mean like a for a pregnant person? Is that what you mean? Like a maternity shirt? Is that what you're asking about? There are birther shirts. Is that what they're called? Uh there is a women's maternity shirt. RV Benny. There is a maternity shirt, but nobody's ever asked me for one. But I could make a maternity shirt if you wanted one. Make women's sweats with birthing person on the butt. Oh wow, there's leggings in here. That's pretty interesting. I've never seen that. It's just weird. It's like I don't. They have bottoms, but it's like you can't put anything on them. It's really weird. It's like even the joggers. It's like I don't understand what you're even able to put on it. It's really weird. Yo, from Melbourne, what's going on? It's legging season. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time about the leggings. It won't let me print on them. That's the problem. It's like I can sell leggings, but it won't let me print on them, which is kind of annoying. It's like okay, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with that. I'm going to do the men's long sleeve now. Oh, I'm going to do the hoodie shirt, the tri-blend hoodie shirt. It's just it's like a light hoodie shirt. Pretty cool. Kick Rock's new Mussolini, yes. Quarter zip? I don't think I can do a quarter zip. I'm doing a men's long sleeve shirt right now. But I don't know that there are quarter zips. There might be. Let me check in a second. I'm doing dishes. Is this not the live where you entertain us? I did a live stream for almost 2 hours where all I did was entertain. And now I just told people I was going to jump on and do a live as I make these products just so I could talk to people. So I'm just making these t-shirts and stuff. So I already did the entertaining one. It's on my channel. I just posted it. So if you want that one, it's on the channel. You can check it out. Right now I'm just making merch. And responding if anybody wants me to make them something specific. That's all we're doing right now. And like people kind of chat with each other on here too. Jiminy Cheesemas. Yo, Sable. I love that so much. I'm wearing my Bobby Sauce shirt right now. A favorite. All right, I just put some cool stuff in the store just now. Are you not entertained? Yes, exactly. All right, I did this. There's the men's shirt, men's long sleeve shirt. This one's really cool. I think I'm going to get one of these. The tri-blend hoodie shirt. It's pretty cool. A couple colors. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Somebody said, do I like Cascade? Yeah. I like Cascade. I mean, he's not my favorite, but I think he's good. So this is what we've got so far. I got a men's long sleeve shirt, a unisex hoodie shirt, a women's tank, a men's tank, a men's hoodie, a baseball shirt, a women's sweatshirt, a women's hoodie, a women's cropped hoodie, a men's t-shirt, and a women's v-neck. That's what I got. I actually made another version of this that I was thinking about not because it was so expensive, but it's a men's one that says American on the arm like this. Pretty cool. How long does it take for items to restock if they are sold out? Usually it takes about a week. The baseball shirt is unisex and it is good for men or women. Yes. Do you have any workout stuff? I did. Use code 50K for 15% off. 50K, 50K is the code for 15% off. I'll leave that on there. 50K, 50K, 50K. The website is bobbysauce.com. I'll just put it here in the comments. bobbysauce.com. Code 50K. There you go. There it is. The code is 50K for 15%. It's coupon code VAG. Don't use that one. It's no good anymore, but it's pretty funny. It's in there. Thank you. Sports are cool, Brian. Sable used the VAG. Nice. How are you live for this long? I don't know. I like, put it this way. I was going to need to do this anyways, right? Work on the store, but it's like, it's like mindless work. It's not as fun to me as creating content. So it's like, if I'm going to be doing it, I might as well do it with some people chilling here. That's kind of what I figured. I was like, when I got off the live, I'm like, I'm going to have to go do this now. It's going to take me 35 minutes, 40 minutes to do all of them. I might as well just be on live while people are here, and then everyone can chat or whatever, ask questions or whatever they want, or they could be like, hey, make it in red or black, or come up with some different ideas. So I was just like, whatever, I'll just jump on the live. People are like, are you entertain me? It's like, I just did an hour and a half. Dancing spirit, thank you. Yeah, I just figured we'd jam while I make these items. But yeah, the fact that people are saying that they didn't even know that I had items, there had a merch store, it's very troubling because I haven't been pumping it. So shame on me. I should be pumping it. That's stupid. I just haven't. Bag of donuts. What's up? What up, Jay Schmidt? Just making merch. All right. I just made the beanies. Are you listening to this on Sirius XM? No, this is a mix by Nora and Pierre. All right, check it out. I just made the beanie that was requested. Here it is. What's up, FFX, mom of three? What's going on? Oh, mother of pearl, the fudging beanies are sold out. I'm gonna snap. All right, these are sold out right now. I hate everything. The world is trash. Ugh, that's so annoying. But yeah, these are sold out. That's awesome. Cool. But if there's a little button underneath. There's a button on the page right here that says email when available. Right there, email when available. If you click on that, it'll email you when they come into stock. Hopefully it's not too long. Every time a season is about to start, they get tight on certain things. The beanies have been a point of contention for me for a while now, which is so annoying. But what are we gonna do? RV Benny, you're helping us more than you know. Thanks. Appreciate it. I'm trying. I am trying. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm trying. But it's always good to hear that. So thank you. I do appreciate it. A lot of people have given me really good feedback everywhere I've gone. Everything is not made in the USA because it's all drop shipped. So it's printed in the United States, but it's not made in the US. The products are from a variety of different sources. It's very difficult to get things made in the United States. It's expensive. And I would have to spend a lot of time fulfilling products and shirts and stocking things and doing fulfillment. And it's very expensive and time consuming. So I opted to just white label everything because it's a little bit easier and easier for me to do. All right, I just made the bucket hat. It's pretty good. I'll grab a bean for sure. Yeah, of course, the beanies are like the one thing that's sold out because the world is trash. Naturally, I wouldn't be surprised if these bucket hats are sold out too. We need a US based dropship service. I'm sure that a US based dropship service exists, but it would be so expensive. That's the problem. Thanks, RV Benny. That's sick. I would love to know more about what you're talking about, RV Benny. Send me a DM if you could. Yeah, a US based dropship would be awesome. This is the problem. Why is the market the market? Why do things happen? The reason that things happen is because people pay for them. The reason that there are probably not very many US based dropshippers is because if these shirts are as expensive as they are, with me white labeling them as they are right now, how expensive would it have to be if it was made in America? If these shirts were made in the United States, printed in the United States, drop shipped and fulfilled in the United States, they would be 20% more. So instead of paying whatever for a shirt, let me look at some of the shirts, like just a generic t-shirt. I have $22.95. You'd be paying $28. Now I'm pricing the $22.95 to be competitive. I have some that are $24.95, some that are $25.95, depending. But like these are some pretty inexpensive shirts. But even that, it's like I'm trying to make them affordable so more people can buy them. But the prices would go up. So it's like, how many of them, how much would people be willing to pay? That's the problem. The reason that those drop shippers exist is because the vast majority of people don't want to pay more than $25 for a t-shirt. That's the reality. Yeah, Concrete Guy. Yeah, I agree with you. I'd rather pay more for made in the USA as well. But the problem is that the vast majority of people don't, to the degree that would justify having a drop shipping service. Like this company prints lots of products, not just for me. And if they're selling the products for more, like obviously the market has spoken. I mean, I would pay more for one that's made in the USA as well. I agree. However, the market currently is not making that possible. Plus, like when things are made in the USA, you know what happens? They go out of stock fast because they keep changing the moving the goalposts. So they're like, oh, it has to have this, it has to have that. They keep moving the goalposts. And as a result, the shit goes out of stock. So it's like, would you rather it be like, oh, it's on back order for fucking 6 weeks? Or would you rather have the shirt right now? I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. I'm just saying that the problem is that the vast majority of people would rather have the product than not and pay less money for it, unfortunately. It would be nice if it wasn't that way, but unfortunately, that's the way it is. Now, if there was a market that existed for it, how you're saying, it would be there. Now, I'm not saying it's not there. It's just this particular one that has this type of technology. This is the one that works for me. So it's like, what am I going to do? Yeah, I understand. People are like, I rather buy American. Yeah, so would I. But I'm just saying, like, you have to understand what this company does. They have software, support, customer service, everything that allows me to upload a design. They buy the shirts, inventory the shirts, print the design, ship them, pack them, FedEx number, the whole nine, at a reasonable rate. It allows me to move quickly through the products. So it's like, okay, if you were, how expensive and time consuming would it be to build the infrastructure that this company has? I don't know. Probably pretty time consuming, probably pretty expensive. And such is the problem, you know? Shopify is just a e-commerce platform. It's not a white label distributor. They don't print. Boat was awesome. It was a lot of fun. The boat was a lot of fun. I know a company that does all that here in the U.S. in Orange County. Yeah. Yeah. It turns out the beanies actually are in stock. So anybody that wanted to buy a beanie, they actually are in stock. The beanies are in stock. Just a heads up. A horse. Yes. Let's start drop shipping horse pills. Yes, agreed. Big Parma. Yes. I'm just making merch right now for the guy that just asked, the person that just asked, the girl just asked what we're doing. I'm just making merch. Contemplating what it's like to be a horse. Yes. Oh, man. Just got my horse pills in the mail. Oh, my God. I just got 70 horse. Oh, my God. That's great. I love it. Thanks, Natural 320, for the badge. Appreciate it. Trash Merchant is my spirit claminal. Hell yeah, hell yeah. That's what's up. That's lit. Always a good time. Parm to table. We all have a little horse inside of us. Oh my God. Taylor, that looks like a guy's icon. So the answer would be no. Thank you, Garrett, for the badge. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Parmbridge Farm remembers. Yes. That's pretty good. Horse merch, yes. I could make some horse merch. That's hilarious. I should make a shirt that just says, I identify as a horse. That would be hilarious. I identify as a horse. Just a horse head in the middle of the shirt. Thank you, Sack Nicholson. Appreciate it. Big horse energy. That's really funny too. Big horse energy. Yes. I love the. I am a horse. That would be for. Oh my god, that is really funny. I am a horse. I am a horse now. Oh my god, this stuff takes so long. This merch takes so long. So long. Hi neighbor, that's pretty good. Quit horsing around. All right, I'm gonna show. All right, I got all this stuff now. Hi neighbor, have a horse body with your face on the head. Yeah, I should do that. All right, I did everything. I got everything on the store now. Here it is. Here's the final run. Catalog everything, new arrivals. I made a mug. I got the bucket hat, which is sold out. The beanie is there. The men's long sleeve shirt. The unisex hoodie shirt. The women's tank. The men's tank. Men's hoodie. Baseball shirt. Women's V-neck. Men's shirt. Women's cropped hoodie. Women's hoodie. And then the long sleeve shirt. They are all there. And then the men's shirt. I'm going to be buying one of these myself. And then the trash merchant cropped hoodie. Then the Make America Florida mug, of course. That's always a winner for sure. Farm to table. I love it.
This is Purified Radio with Nora and Pure. Quite a driving and melodic number there.
All right, Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. I'll see you later.